BuildAid is so proud to be part of this amazing, bustling city of gold. Come behind the scenes with us as we explore what really goes into the development, refurbishment and creation of this incredible city we call home. From past to present, we look at what makes Jersey unique. This week on Building Jo'burg on Mix, we chat to Musa Shangase from Corobrick. And we also have our resident Jo'burg Aficionado Dave Gurney chatting about magnificent FaceBrick buildings around Jo'burg, specifically the Sandton Library.
BuildAid on Mix 93.8 FM. Good evening. My name's Graham Alexander. Joining me in the studio as usual is Kay and Simon on the desk. I'm going to be chatting to Musa Shangase. Musa is the commercial director and head of marketing at Corobrick. We're going to be chatting about bricks, a little bit about Jo'burg, as usual, while we build Jo'burg on Mix. We also have Dave Gurney, our heritage expert and specialist. He's going to chat to us about bricks too.
And we're taking you back to 1995 when the Rolling Stones toured in SA. What I want to know is which stadium did they play at in Jersey and which SA band opened for them. Here's a clue for you on the stadium. That same year, it's where we won that rugby match. If you know the answer, send us an SMS on 41348.
BuildAid on Mix, brought to you by AfriSam. I'm going to be chatting to Musa Shangase, commercial director at Corobrick. Musa is also the president of the Clay Brick Association and vice president at MBA North. Musa, thanks so much for coming to chat to us.
Thanks, Graham. Good evening, and good evening to your listeners.
After that introduction, it's obvious that you are very involved in this industry. How long have you been involved, Musa?
Well, I've been involved in the building industry for over 35 years. Starting at PPC, I've been there for 18 years, and I was Saint-Gobain for about 5 years, and then I joined the clay industry.
That's three unusual segments in the building industry. From clay to cement to Saint-Gobain in building systems.
Yeah, I've been through all the, call them systems or sectors. From cement and concrete into drywalling, and of course your ceilings, and of course I end up in the clay industry. Which is very interesting.
Corobrick is an iconic brand in the building industry. How long has it been around?
Well, Corobrick is over, say, about 113 years old. We've got about 15 factories around the country, South Africa. And we've got about 25 centers that we distribute all our bricks that we manufacture. We manufacture just below 1 billion bricks a year. And we dispatch about just under 5 million bricks a day,
Sure.
Which is... it's a lot of bricks, taking consideration the size of the market.
Your head office is in KwaZulu-Natal. Is that where Corobrick was born?
Yeah, the head office is in KZN in Avoca on Mgeni Road, and the two regional offices, one in Johannesburg, Edenvale, and the one in Cape Town. Corobrick was born in Durban, Braidin factory, as I've said, some more than 100 years ago, and I think in 1998, we changed the complexion. I'm glad to say we level 3 BE status, and the ownership is in the black shareholding. It owns about 44% of Corobrick. With the staff trust owning about 18%, and AKA a black-owned company owning the rest of the shares. In that 44%, up to about 26%.
I know the brand's been attached to a number of things, awards and so on, but a little bit of memory on my part in motor racing was the Corobrick motocross stadium, which was near Edenvale somewhere, and it was known as we're going to go and race at Corobrick. It wasn't in Edenvale or something. That was the name of the actual stadium.
Yeah, there's a lot of history around that area. Our offices are sitting at number 1 Dick Camp in Edenvale, and Dick Camp, I'm told, was the first director of Transvaal in the olden days. And which is a good history, of Corobrick. And I'm told in those days it was called Coronation, and we've got, you talk bricks, you talk Corobrick, and Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you mentioned the stadium, and there's a lot of buildings that have come up now in that area.
A lot of the people that have worked for Corobrick were also in themselves iconic, particularly when you got talking about the building industry, and obviously we got talking about bricklaying. You had some pretty passionate people involved over the years.
Yeah, I see the interesting thing is that every second person you meet in Corobrick, he's been with the company for over 35 years, 45 years, and which is just unique to Corobrick. There's this culture of taking care of its stuff. If you're there, you become family. And of course, we embrace product, and you become part. Like the Springboks. The blood is green. In our case, the FaceBrick is running in our veins if there's space for it.
Your colleague and predecessor, Peter Kidger,
yes,
was on the show some years ago. I think, how long was he at Corobrick? It was also many years.
Yeah, Peter served Corobrick for 43 years,
Sure.
with passion and with distinction.
That's something that always stuck out for me with Corobrick and its employees, or the people that were involved for how long and so passionately. How does Corobrick get involved with the Clay Brick Association?
The Clay Brick Association is it's an association that represent all the clay brick makers in the country. We are highly involved, as you have said rightfully. I'm the president of the Clay Brick Association. We support it. We advocate good standards. We are currently in the verge of reducing emission with some of our brick makers. As you know, that Corobrick it's one of the leading brick makers in Africa in terms of emission. We burn gas rather than coal. We're very particular when it comes to quality. All our factories are ISO 9001, 14000, and of course we're very, very particular when it comes to quality.
When we come back, Musa, I want to chat to you about, in line with the Clay Brick Association, job creation in the brick industry, not only about making bricks but also laying bricks. Chatting to my guest, Musa Shangase. Musa is a commercial director at Corobrick. He's also the president of the Clay Brick Association and vice president of the MBA North. And between him and Dave Gurney, who's been in the industry his whole life, we have a lot of knowledge sitting in this space. Just a quick one, Musa, on plaster and paint versus FaceBrick. And let's forget the aesthetics for a while. I think a lot of people sometimes look at it from a cost point of view, but I think it's important that we point out the maintenance factor when you're doing your costs.
Yeah, you see, people who tend to think that it's easy to do plaster and paint and that's it, forgetting the maintenance side of things. If you do that, you must know that every 3 or 4 years you must paint that house in terms of maintenance. But if you use your FaceBrick, it's there forever.
Yeah.
And then the maintenance thereof, are limited.
Just back to trends in the residential building industry, and Simon, myself, Dave, and all of us, we're in this industry. We're architects in the industry and involved mainly in residential. And one of the homes that Simon is busy with now, should actually put it on the Facebook page, Simon. The models of this place are magnificent. But I think what comes out of the architecture at the moment is it's eclectic. Guys are mixing things. So you've got FaceBrick walls inside the house and outside the house, a bit of steel, a bit of glass, a bit of aluminium. Do you see that trend, Musa?
Yeah, we've seen the trend in your Waterfall and other states. As I've said earlier, with Melrose Arch, the building, that Corobrick would always complement the other technologies, and I've seen that trend, and it's something that we prepared for, as Corobrick. We encourage people to use Corobrick in order to blend other technologies.
Sitting chatting to you guys that have been around for so long about building, I wish we had more time, but we don't. We're going to have to call it a day, and we'll come back another time. And I know, Musa, you're going to bring your CEO along, and we'll have Dave here and the whole bunch of us, and we'll chat some more building. Kay, how did we do that question?
Who'd have thought bricks would be so exciting? Well done to everyone who got it right. The stadium we were looking for is Ellis Park, and the band that opened for the Rolling Stones in 1995 was Mango Groove. So if you got it right, well done. Our winner tonight is Sonia. Sonia, we're going to get hold of you tomorrow to get that bottle of wine and amazing book to you.
My guests this evening were Musa Shangase from Corobrick and Dave Gurney, our heritage specialist. That's going to be part of our show from here on out. Guys, thanks so much for coming to chat to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Very much.
Thanks, Graham. Thanks, listeners.
Please visit our Facebook page. It's Building Jo'burg on Mix. We share all the stuff we've been talking about, our photographs, our pictures, and please share your stuff with us. Thanks too to Simon and Kay looking after us, and for the videographer, Ian. We do this every week between 6 and 7. Catch you next week. Ciao.
But there's something wrong, and I can't hurt you bad. There must be so much love in my heart that it would tear me apart. And I know